Hello, hello Aquarius. Welcome to your March 2019 overview reading. This is good for you if you're a sun, moon, or rising Aquarius. And while I'm pulling these cards, if there's specific information that you want to have come up during this reading, go ahead and ask for that now. Take a deep breath into the diaphragm. If anything wants to come up today, just acknowledge it. And my theme for this month's reading is going to be like a spring growth, abundance reading. So I hope you guys enjoy it and it gives you some guidance for this month. And then I'm going to do the speed shuffling again because I know a lot of you guys really enjoyed that. So I'll do that and then we'll get into the reading. Okay, the truth bomb for you is focus creates expansion. So this is actually about funneling your energy, and because you guys are a fixed sign, you really have you have a great capacity to like focus your energy into something. So this is encouraging you to do just that. Like if there's something you're really wanting to accomplish or wanting to achieve, I would just stick to one thing. So like if you really want to invest in your healing, then only focus on healing. Like don't worry about all of the other things that you're working on. Try to just focus on one thing this month in particular and try to make some strides in that area. If you're wanting to focus on career, just focus on career to the best of your ability, and try to give that more energy. Like I'm actually encouraging you to not be super balanced. Don't put 20% of your energy into each basket. You're probably going to want to funnel a little bit more into an area that you'd like to see some growth in, or move a few steps. Because I'm getting, my intuitive hit with this is that if you're too scattered this month, it's going to feel like you're not gaining any traction or momentum. So you need to figure out what you want to, where you want to put your focus and energy, and then do that. So let's see, we also have feminine. This is about receiving, focusing on the feminine part of yourself. And perhaps it's because of Pisces season, but I think the feminine, I've had the Empress come up in reading so much, and feminine cards. So remember that embodiment also matters, and decisions matter a lot as you're focusing, because the expansion is going to come through, you know, putting your mind in and focusing on the area that you want to, as well as putting your energy into that, dreaming up a great future for yourself with whatever you're working on. But embodiment really matters. The animal card for you is peacock. So there is like some show-off energy. Dealing with some serious ego, doing ego work is going to be helpful as well. Because if ego is getting in the way, or like if there's a lot of expectation on yourself to be a certain way or act a certain way. And it's interesting because this is really not the Aquarian way most of the time, like to give in to other people's expectations and what have you. But I'm getting that there's still a lot of ego wrapped up in your decisions at this time. So you're going to want to separate that and really practice being able to just move in a direction that feels good to you without worrying about other people's eyeballs. Like at the end of the day, they don't have to deal with the decisions that you make and where you apply your focus and energy. You're the only one who has to feel good about that, because you have to live with your decisions every day, not anyone else. So you better make decisions that are good for you. And then the word of the month is facilitate. Hold sacred space for others. Release your need to be the guru. Allow others room to share their gifts and shine. Resist the urge to micromanage. So you're not going to know, it's like zoom out. You're not going to know each and every micro interaction. You're not going to know everyone's perception. So it's kind of like don't try to control other people's perceptions of you. Instead, you're going to want to just do your thing, allow other people to either stick to you or fall away. Okay, and then the central energy for you is Three of Cups. So friendship, harmony, play, enjoying yourself this month. It actually seems like it's going to be a lot more fun than you're anticipating. The crossing energy is the King of Cups. So two things with this. Watch yourself with moodiness. Like what happens if you are particularly moody or having a hard time with that? Like where can you support yourself through that? Because it's something where you can have the emotions. It's just about what you do with it. That's like the way to bridge the gap. There's nothing wrong with being moody independently. It's just about what you back it up with. So I actually think that if you're taking good care of yourself, because this is also like the condition that I'm reading, in order to really embrace the Three of Cups, you have to step into the King of Cups. And this is all about your emotional mastery, you being able to sit with yourself in your emotions, stay in your body, and identify what do you need and what feels good to you. So you're kind of blending the mastery over the feminine. And that's what you're learning about this month. So the King of Cups in this position, it's just reminding you to do things that feel good, like for you, like what is in your best interest. Like that's where you can start. And then continuing to embrace that and do the self-care that needs to be done is what opens up, because you can see this is kind of like the doorway to the Three of Cups. So just know that this month. What you have shifting out is the Three of Swords. So this is done and gone, like grief, heartbreak, all of that stuff is shifting out for you. So I'm getting that March is probably going to feel like a breath of fresh air for the right reasons. It just depends on like if you're still like battling your ego, then it might feel like an internal battle for the month of March. But I'm just getting that you're making a lot of progress. Like you're shifting out of the Three of Swords, that grief space, and into a time when you're really able to embrace the things that bring you joy. The oncoming energy is the King of Pentacles. So I can't remember who I said it for last month, but if you've ever heard Jordan Peterson, one of the big things that he talks about in terms of fulfillment is to take on more responsibility. And so I'm actually getting that, like, by taking on commitments, by taking on more responsibility and things that are really in alignment with what you want, that is going to be really helpful. So I think that's what you're kind of waking up to, what responsibilities work for you. Because I'm not saying you should commit to everything that comes your way and say yes to everything. That's not the way to do it. This is just about honing in and focusing on where you can really build on the responsibility that you already have and the direction that you want to take that. Because what you feel you have a sense of responsibility to is what you're able to make grow when it's for your own interest. And I mean that as in, like, it's not influencing or attempting to influence someone else's free will, because that's when you don't actually have control over other people's decisions. Okay, let's get into the external influences. We have the Seven of Swords. So moving away, it's more about what you let go of and what you leave in the past. Things that are out of your life are out of your life for a reason. If it's moved away for a reason. And the faster you understand and accept the fact that what's in front of you is going to be better than what's behind you, the better position you're going to be in. But if you're holding on to dead weight, if you're holding on to unhealthy things, it's going to make you a magnet for more unhealthy things. So it's kind of like empty space is going to be better than having toxicity sit in your space. So just remember that, because it's like here you can see it's like, all right, this is the stuff I'm going to take with me. But because the other 3 swords are still in the picture, it's kind of like, of course you have the option to go back to the way things were and what you were doing and what you were holding on to if you'd like. It just depends. Are you ready for a better future, or would you like to keep things the way things are? And it's at your discretion. There's absolutely no judgment. Like, this is your life and your decision. And then we also have what advice for manifestation. So whatever you're manifesting, there's no limit on what it is. 6 of Pentacles, focus on reciprocation. So it's kind of like put more energy into areas of your life that are abundantly giving back to you. Invest in relationships that give back to you. Maybe lead with generosity if you're, you know, trying to remember that money likes to flow and resources like to flow. And so you can start to stimulate that by reaching first, or by investing first, or by paying first, or, you know, getting some of that circulation and that movement in. So I'm just seeing that whatever activities, relationships, or organizations are really giving to you and help refill your cup are things that you want to also give to, or you want to give more energy to. So it's kind of just about focusing your energy on giving to the right areas, and that's going to help open up a lot more for you. It's kind of like with time, if there's something you would like to see develop more, spend more time on it. If there's a skill you want to build, spend more time on it. If there's something you want to manifest, spend more time looking for it, spend more time shopping for it, spend more time investing in the search or the hunt for it. And then what's growing for Aquarius this month, we have Judgment. Okay, so there is a little bit of isolation because you can see this guy is just hanging out on his own. Let me clarify this. Because the other thing that's coming up here is exhaustion. And then you have the Knight of Pentacles. So it's kind of like, I think it does require, like, take your decisions, because the Judgment card is about final decisions. Take this seriously as you're making decisions and making choices and moving throughout your day and putting your energy into different pools or different pockets or different places. Take it super seriously. Like, expect that to plant a seed that is going to grow. Like, just expect that so you can use that for the good and bad, right? And the more, I'm not saying you should like apply pressure, but take it seriously. Like, I'm getting that would actually be good for you to like start treating it like it is important to you, and the decisions that you're making are like preparing you for whatever it is that you're calling in, and whatever it is that you're manifesting, and whatever it is you want more of. And so I think that if you start putting a little bit more weight into your actions and in your decisions, it's going to put you in a much greater position in March than you're probably anticipating. So let every decision count this month, because like, don't get lazy with decision making in March. It's not going to work for you, because like I said, it's a seed that's going to grow, and because of how fixed Aquarius can be, you have to be careful with that. Like, anytime you have a lot of fixed energy, I have a lot of fixed energy in my chart. You have to be careful with where you're putting your energy because it's just so potent and it grows really quickly and your focus can turn into obsession. And so make sure you're funneling that into the right areas. Okay? And it might actually be good to like give yourself adequate breaks from people, like turn your phone off, try to unplug when you can. That's going to help you as well. And then what's in abundance for you this month? We have the sun. So I'm going to clarify this one too. And we have the Lovers. So it's funny because I'm getting two things from this. It's like with the Lovers, one, this is decision making, again, popping up because the Lovers is about a choice. So what you have happening here is you can make choices that are really in alignment with you fulfilling your potential, being your best self, having the energy that you need. It's like this could infinitely expand into something super positive and deeply aligned with you at your core. The flip side of this, what can also happen, and this is all based on your choices, it's all based on where you're putting your energy, it can get derailed into things that are actually totally juvenile because the Sun card is about it's about like childishness. So if you're not careful, it's like you can just like screw around and piss March away if you want. And I have to really drill it into your guys' mind that this is if you want. If you want to screw around in March and piss it away, feel free. There's no one's like, if assuming you're all adults, like, no one is going to necessarily catch you if you want to do that. No one's going to stop you. And I think that once you kind of apply that weight and start taking it seriously for your own well-being, not for anything else, not because of what you should or shouldn't do, but just for your own health, this really matters. The decisions that you make matter. So it's kind of like this could be the best month that just facilitates the most awesome growth you could possibly imagine, and you know, digging your heels in and just moving into an awesome space. Or this could be a month where you screw off. So it just depends like what you want to do. The awareness is the big component here. So now you know. So choose wisely. Now let's get into the timeline. As you guys know, first, second, third, and fourth quarter. So that'll be where you end the month of March. I'm not using weeks because time is fluid, so that's why we're breaking it down into quarters. First quarter, 7 of Cups. You got choices, you have options, you have decisions to make. This is something where it's like, okay, you know, here's all of the options that you have available to you. So what do you want to grow? What do you want to have expand? That's the big question for you in the beginning of the month, because it seems like if you have, you're not, right, this is too many options to give them all equal attention, and it's really ridiculous to set an expectation where you would have to do that. That's why I'm saying focus on like 1 or 2 things. Don't focus on everything all at the same time. Just pick like 2 that you want to really dig into. Quarter 2, we have the Chariot, forward movement. Yeah, feeling a little bit out of control. This is like I'm moving really fast and things are going, things are improving, things are whatever, but it can feel like you're gonna slip and slide all over the place. So just do your best to ground yourself during this second quarter, or if you're starting to feel a little bit out of control, do things that ground you to kind of counteract that. Quarter 3, we have the King of Cups. This is the same thing that was here. Embrace that emotional mastery. Like all of the all of the confidence, vulnerability you have in your emotions, like that is really the secret to you having an excellent month. It's like the more you can lean on that, the better off you're going to be. And you start to see that towards the middle end of March. And then wrapping up the month, we have 10 of Wands. Be careful to not take on more than you can handle or take on a bunch of projects that really aren't good for you. This is like you need to get rid of like anything that's sucking the life out of you or draining you, because if it's not contributing to your big picture vision, then it just needs to get left behind. Like there's no reason for you to take on things unnecessarily. So just be conscientious, like what do you want to grow? And if you feel like you need to clean some stuff up at the end of the month, then fantastic. Just go ahead and take inventory. That's really all you can do, is take inventory and then take aligned action in the direction that you want to go. Now we're doing a 3-card pick. So select a card that's calling to you. You can ask a question, you can ask for guidance, whatever works. So card number 1, we have the 8 of Swords. This is like that judgment card. You really need to kind of sit in an incubation chamber, spend some time solo, try to, don't completely isolate, but it's just like take time for yourself. That's going to be important. It's like it's not fully cooked yet. So if you're asking about a situation or something, it's not fully developed. You still need to give it some time. Then card number 2, we have the 7 of Rods. Don't be afraid of going against the grain. Don't be afraid of other people's opinions. It's kind of like, okay, so let's just say you make decisions only to please or accommodate those around you. Let's say you keep making those decisions, and then you've spent your entire life catering to other people's perceptions, and then all those people are going to die, because people die. And that's what happens to our bodies. And then what are you left with? All of your decisions that have been catering to other people, bad long-term strategy, bad long-term move. So what you want to do now is not be afraid of your light. Don't be afraid of other people's thoughts and ideas, because you don't know when they're going to leave. And just focus on what is good for you. And I know it's a radical idea to do things that are good for you and focus on yourself, but hey, you gotta start somewhere. So only focus on what works for you. Nothing else should be taken into consideration. If you're concerned with what other people think, because you still got this ego stuff going on, that is about you, not about them. You can't control what other people think. It's none of your business. So let it go. Card number 3, Mother of Swords. This is equivalent to the Queen of Swords. Same thing, focusing on independence, having autonomy over your thoughts and your actions. Remember that so long as your actions and the moves that you're making aren't harming other people or aren't putting other people in danger in any way, it really isn't any of their business what decisions you make and what your approach is. And so this is just about having confidence over what you think and what your ideas are and how you're kind of embodying that for yourself. This is also a feminine card. So I would say just let yourself really be protective over like your thoughts and ideas and what feels best, right, and true for you. If someone wants to give you their 2 cents on the situation, that's okay. Just know that you don't have to buy it. It can just be a thought or an idea. It doesn't necessarily mean it's your truth. All right, my friends, that is all that I have for you this month. Thank you so much for joining me today. And don't forget, for those of you that want to work with me one-on-one, head over to onyxhealing.com or check out the description box for all the ways to work with me. I absolutely love working with you. You guys are the greatest. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram if you haven't already. It has been a lot of fun getting to know all of you on there and post lots of fun stuff and card readings and whatever. And if you want love and relationship readings, head over to Patreon. link is in the description box. I do big, huge love readings every month, so I hope that you head over to there if you are interested. And have a beautiful March, everybody. I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.